Hi, my name is Christine Sekaggya-Wiltshire. I am a physician and a research scientist at Infectious Diseases Institute and Mulago National Referral Hospital here in Uganda. And I'm a PI on one of the trials, the studies that's going to take place under the CAMO-Net consortium. So CAMO-Net, Uganda is part of the CAMO-Net consortium. So we'll be contributing scientific research and training in this consortium, and we're leading the capacity building aspect as well. So the study that I'm looking at, which we're calling therapeutic antimicrobial monitoring in patients living with HIV, or the TAP trial, is going to evaluate drug concentrations for commonly used antibiotics in people living with HIV. So people living with HIV are more likely to get infections and therefore more likely to be exposed to antibiotics. So what we're going to do is to look at those commonly used antibiotics for these patients and measure their drug concentrations, and then also look at their treatment outcomes or response to the treatment. That's one objective. And the second objective is going to get a subpopulation of patients who are critically ill and admitted in the hospital and do drug concentrations for intravenous antibiotics. So the first objective is mainly focused on oral antibiotics. Second one, we'll look at intravenous antibiotics, particularly ceftriaxone. And the third objective is going to look at concentrations of TB drugs. And for the TB drugs, we're going to do something extra. We're going to do therapeutic drug monitoring with dose adjustment. So patients with low drug concentrations of TB drugs in particular will have dose adjustment to see if we can optimize the drug concentrations. And then we'll also have some pharmacodynamic markers, which will be sputum culture conversion, which we're doing 2 weekly. So under this study, we have different aspects. We have the clinical aspect. We have the lab aspect, where we're going to measure drug concentrations with the HPLC and mass spec. And then we also have the analysis part, which is our modeling team coming to develop PK/PD models and develop models for the therapeutic drug monitoring, which can probably be applied elsewhere. We hope to engage some trainees on the program, so we're opening up our site for people to come and train either in the modeling aspect or in the HPLC, the analysis aspect, and even in the clinical aspect. Right now we're taking on a postdoc fellow from Uganda who will be doing modeling for the data, PK modeling, and we'll also have our clinical team doing some on-site training for PK/PD analysis and data collection, and also sampling times, as we understand, for pharmacokinetic studies. Sampling points and sampling these strategies can be quite complicated. So this is a good learning experience for us and for other young investigators. So the Ugandan hub will be excited to look at other opportunities to collaborate with other hubs. I know there are other hubs looking at some pharmacokinetics and some modeling, so we'll really be excited to see how this can be integrated. And at the end of the project, we want to be able to speak to each other, to come out to say one or many things about antimicrobial resistance.